And here we go. My top 10 worst movie sequels I have ever watched. And you can feel free to disagree. This is my list. Do your own if you want to, you know, uh, have a discussion about this. But this is my top 10. Number 10, Alien 3. Yes, the biggest middle finger to the franchise ever, and it never recovered from this. Alien 3 destroyed this franchise like nearly to the ground. I mean, killing off Newton Hicks just like that in the first 5 minutes is insulting to people that like them in Aliens. Ripley is bald and left for dead in a freaking prison planet with a bunch of douchebags that are all were highly religious. I'm like, it's bullshit. You don't need that in an alien film. The alien creature, it looks good in some instances. In other scenes, it looks like shit with the CGI. Or actually, not the CGI, but some of the effects didn't look that great. The ending that Ripley has to sacrifice herself, it's not the perfect ending to the franchise. It's a joke. The dark tone only works in the first film. I'm sorry. This movie was boring. It was just beyond lame. I can watch Resurrection because at least Resurrection didn't depress me as much. This is just a depressing, dark movie that I don't want to see again. Okay, now number 9 is Superman 4. I did not see Man of Steel, and I know it's going to be a joke when I watch it, but this is even worse than Man of Steel because even though this is a Superman film, it's horrendously bad. Bad visual effects, very cheap looking. Christopher Reeve wrote this film, and the story just doesn't flow well. The whole Nuclear Man is a lame villain. He's just in this totally gay outfit, just horrible. Just Lois has nothing to do. Margot Kidder looks out of it in this film, like she's burnt out from part 2 and 3. Mariel Hemingway doesn't have much to do. She's just a slutty girl that likes Clark. Whoop-de-freaking-do. They recreate stuff from the first film that doesn't work, like them flying in the air. It's not as graceful as in the first movie. I love the first movie. The second movie is awesome too. Even 3 is better than this. At least they had Dark Superman. Here is Nuclear Man. Lex Luthor. Gene Hackman is wasted in this movie. He's a great actor, and then he's resorted to this, playing the same shtick he did in the first 2 films. Yay, you get the golf clap, Superman 4, Quest for Peace. More like Quest for Shit. It's a lame villain, lame movie. Just Perry White has nothing to do in this movie. Jimmy Olsen has nothing to do in this film. Lacey's dad, is a joke in this movie. The lines he says, boring, tedious, and abominable. I agree. That's what the sequel is all about. It's about being an abomination to the Superman franchise. A complete insult. That's why I can see Superman Returns, because it didn't insult me like this one did. Okay, now number 8 is Jaws 4: The Revenge. I like the first. The first movie's a classic. There's no doubt about it. 2 I like it's like a slasher film underwater. 3 is a B movie, so it's fun for what it is. But 4 is horrendously bad. You got a roaring shark that sounds like a freaking lion, or a dinosaur is like, "Argh!" I'm like, oh, that's so horrible. Lorraine Gary is terrible in this movie compared to in the first 2 films. No Roy Scheider killing his character off like a bitch. He's still out there kicking Jaws' ass every day of the week. He's not dead. It's a joke. Lance Guest completely wasted in this movie. I like him in The Last Starfighter, but here, just horrendous. I think that the movie is a big insult. I mean, it makes no sense. I mean, Michael Caine plays a bad character in this movie. He's a great actor. I really enjoy Michael Caine in other stuff like The Muppet Christmas Carol and Nolan's Batman films, and even his small part in Inception. He can act. Here, he's just taking a paycheck. Mario Van Peebles was annoying in this movie with his Jamaican accent. It just did nothing for me. The shark follows them. It's stalking them all the way to the Bahamas. How am I supposed to believe that? Sharks don't have vendettas, people. They're not human beings. And the ending, the way the shark dies, it explodes, which is ridiculous. I mean, it gets speared with a freaking boat and it explodes. I mean, what? Did it have dynamite in its belly? I mean, what? It's just a dumb sequel. It deserves to be one of the worst movies ever. It's just horrible. Just very bad movie. Just, ugh. Okay, number 7 is Robocop 3. Yeah. I wish this movie wasn't so bad, but the PG-13 did not help this movie, and it isn't going to help the remake either, people. And this is a prime example. When you make something kidified, it kills a franchise. Killing off Nancy Allen's character was a middle finger to me. It wasn't dark. It was stupid. I love her in the first two films. That Robert John Burke or whatever his name is that plays RoboCop in this movie is a joke. They give him one-liners that don't work. Peter Weller did it better in the first two films, and he's gonna do better than this freaking guy in the remake. I'm gonna just This is just as bad as a remake. The villain is a freaking Steve Martin wannabe, and he's horrible. Just no gore, no good intense action sequences. No Ed 209 is treated like a little girl. Well, hold on a second. I'll